Hey familia, welcome to your healthy dose of spice. Today is normal, not normal, and the minority. It is so backwards. That is what we're going to talk about today. So if you are new here, definitely leave me a comment. I'd love to give you a shout out. We're streaming to a couple different platforms right now. We've got YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So definitely I see a little button. Let me pull over to the chat. Hey girl. Hi, Regina. Definitely let me know if my video and my sound is okay. I've been having some internet issues lately. So just let me know if everything looks okay and sounds okay. So if this is the first time that you're catching me, welcome. My name is Dr. Alex. I have a boutique telemedicine practice that caters to experts, executives, and professionals. And I love making live videos. So you can pretty much find me almost every day on all the social media platforms, streaming and making content about health, anything health related, women's health, making TikToks, reels, all the things, because this is what I love to teach about and what I do in my personal and professional life. This is what I'm all about. So today's video topic is actually a conversation that I had with a colleague the other day. And she actually was a new person that I recently connected with on LinkedIn, of all places. And her practice is very similar to mine. And so we were talking about how no video being seen. Oh, I don't know. Somebody just says they can't see my video. I'm not sure. Let me know if you can at least hear me though. Sound matters. so so we were having this conversation and I brought up the fact to her that, being healthy now is kind of like the minority. Like for most people that we see in our practices, we see people, and even in the hospitals, and even in general in life, most people are on medications. Like this is the majority are people who have chronic diseases who are on medications for like lifetimes. These are like the majority of people, and the minority are the people who are not on any medications that are like relatively fit and healthy. Like that's very much the minority, when it used to be so backwards. And it's really scary to think that that is the normal now, that this is the normal, that we have people with chronic diseases, lifestyle based diseases, and that is the majority of people. And if you're not on meds and pretty healthy, you're the minority. And how did it get to this point? How did it get to this point? And so much of what I teach about and what I talk about is making this part of your lifestyle and defying the odds and breaking the cycle around generations of illness, of sickness. Because if you look at it, it is very much generational based, it's very much family based. And we can see groups of families, whole families with the same kind of issues. And it's because it becomes our normal, because that's how we grew up. And if you know anything about ACEs, ACE, adverse childhood experiences, you can predict with relative, like it's very good, the predictability of what your health outcomes are going to be as an adult based on your childhood experiences. And it's what we grew up eating, doing, living, hearing, all the things. It's our religion, our traditions, our culture, it's everything. And that plays such a huge role into our health now. And I think that's why so much of this new normal of being unhealthy has just kept going and just keeps existing over and over again, and how we really need to put a stop to that. And it really starts with you watching this. You are the only one that can take ownership of your health. And I speak a lot about, and I did want to just kind of preface this and kind of clarify and say something, that when I talk about health and I'm talking about, unhealthy or healthy, I'm not referring to anything mental health related. Okay. I'm not talking about any mental health problems. The only things that I can really speak to are about depression and anxiety, because that's a lived experience for me. That's something that I did experience. But as far as anything else outside of that realm, I'll never really speak to that because I leave that to those professionals. I stay in my own lane. If you follow me, I'm all about women's health and hormones and intermittent fasting and metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, chronic diseases, lifestyle based diseases. That's me. That's what I'm about. So I just wanted to preface that by saying, because mental health is a whole nother issue and something that we very badly need a lot of attention done. Just not my jams, not where I'm at. So just to preface that by saying, but yeah, this normal, not normal, and the minority, it's so incredible. And I speak to this because this was my experience growing up, was being in what had become normal to me and my family. It was very much the abnormal, not normal things that children should be seeing, that children should be experienced to. And I carried that all throughout my, growing up into my adulthood, because I was so sick how I was. I was very overweight, had depression, anxiety, high blood pressure, multiple medications leading to heart failure. And that was the life that I was living. And the other reason I'm so passionate about why I talk about what I talk about is because of my real life experience with myself, but also with my dad, who had severe complications from heart disease and stroke. And that's why I'm so passionate about heart disease and about the lifestyle based diseases and the diabetes, is because of that. That was all that I grew up with living, and seeing that and seeing how I just kept living that because that was my normal. And I know I'm not the only one. There's so many other people in my family that are in that same situation, and that I see out in the communities, and people that I've taken care of. I see that all the time. It's usually not just one person. There's other people in the family that are dealing with the same thing, because it's very much become the normal for them. And it's spreading. It's very much spreading. And like I said, if you're relatively healthy and fit and not on medications, you are definitely the minority when it comes to that. And the majority of people now are chronically ill. They're chronically sick. They're on medications for a lifetime. For a lifetime. That they're overweight, they're hurting, they are so sick. And that's become the majority of people, unfortunately. But it doesn't have to be that way. And that's why I teach so much about empowering yourself to defy the odds and break the cycle around these diseases, around these lifestyle based diseases, because you can do something about it. And it goes so much more than just what you eat and exercising. It goes way past that. And I just made a post the other day about this, where somebody had reached out and asked me a question about what diet should they do to cut back on carbs. And they had talked to their nurse practitioner and their healthcare provider and so, and they were asking me, what did I think? And I'm like, I keep it real, because I wish people would have kept it real with me when I was growing up, and not sugar-coated things, and not just threw pills at me, and not really got to the root cause. And that's what functional medicine really is. That's what I do, is getting to the root cause. And I wish somebody would have kept it real with me. And this is what I said in my post. I'm like, in all honesty, it really doesn't matter what diet, right? Diet, whatever, which is just a pattern eating. Technically, diet just means what you eat day in and day out, what we prescribe in the hospital, a diet. That's technically what a diet is, but it's got so skewed. People have such a negative connotation with it. But whatever style of eating you decide to do, high protein, low carb, Atkins, Beachbody, keto, whatever it is you decide to do, low fat, I don't know, whatever you're deciding to do, it will work as long as you stick with it, as long as you keep it up and make it a part of your lifestyle. You have to completely do it every single day. You just can't do it for 2 weeks and then stop, because you're going to end up right where you were when you started. You have to do it day in and day out. It has to be something that's going to be sustainable for you. And you can modify any type of diet. You can change it up to meet whatever goal you have, because not everybody's goal is losing weight. Some people want to gain weight, want to gain muscle. Some people want to get off their blood pressure medication. Some people want to get off their high cholesterol meds. Some people want to reverse their insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. That's everything that I'm about. everybody has different goals. So you can take whatever it is. And that's the beauty of working with an expert, with somebody who knows what they're doing, like me, that can help to guide you and create something specifically for you. But you got to be real. And I'll never be fake with somebody. And I'm going to tell you that you have to do it. Like, you have to do whatever it is that you're going to pick. You got to do it. You got to stick with it. That is the only way that it's going to be successful, because you can do any of that shit out here. You can try any of those. And if you just stick with it, you will see a result. But that's the real talk. And I wish I would have heard more of that growing up. Maybe it would have saved me a lot of the troubles that I went through. I know it would have saved me a lot of the troubles that I went through and that I struggled with growing up and into adulthood. Yeah. So, and going off of that, what the food, the nutrition, right? I talk about environment a lot, and talking about the people that you surround yourself with and what type of language that they use and what they believe. And this is very much a cultural thing as well. And this is why I incorporate all of that into my practice and what I do, is the topic of big boned. I made a big boned a couple reels and TikToks about it and posts about it. Big boned. I heard big boned growing up so much. And if you're a woman of color, you have heard the term big boned. I can guarantee you that. You have heard the term big boned. It goes for guys and for girls. And so I had heard that my entire life growing up, and I had used that as like an excuse to why I was so overweight. And it was fat. It wasn't that I was big boned. There is no big boned. And if you need some proof, go watch my reels and my TikToks about being big boned. I show it to you in black and white. In black and white. I had a client who went into the chiropractor, got an x-ray, and was horrified because she saw her skeleton, but she could also see all her rolls, all her fat rolls on this x-ray. And she didn't realize that you could see that, and you can. The bones are there. Bones are bones. Skeleton is a skeleton. It's the stuff that's around the skeleton is what the problem is. It's the fat. It's the all that other stuff. So big bone does not exist. But that's what I heard growing up. And so that's what I believed. And I actually was just thinking about this situation just the other day. It popped, and this is the shit that sticks with you your entire life. This is how bad it is. It sticks with you your entire life. Because I literally was thinking about a time when I was younger. I was probably a teenager. And I had got on the scale, and my weight was going up. I was very overweight. I kept gaining weight. And I looked at the scale, and I had gained weight, and I had said, "Oh, it's just muscle. It's not fat. It's just muscle." I was not no bodybuilder when I was like a teenager. It was not no muscle that I was building. It was fat. But somebody had told me, actually, I think it was my dad that told me that, "Oh, it's just muscle. You're just gaining muscle. You're fine." No, I was gaining fat. And it's the stuff that people tell you. They try to be well-meaning, right? But it's not really doing you any good. It's not helping you. And that's what we need so much more of out here in healthcare with people. Then this is exactly what I do. More people telling it like it is, being real, not being shy to avoid those hard topics, those triggering topics, because I'm not doing anybody good if I'm coddling you and I'm encouraging you to continue living in an unhealthy lifestyle. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you if I'm not calling you out on certain behaviors or certain things that you're doing, patterns that you're repeating. Not helping anybody. And most of traditional healthcare is not set up to support people in this way. It's set up to give you medications, to give you a diagnosis, to send you on your way, get some lab work. I'm going to see you in 6 months. That is what it's set up for. It is not set up for that continuous support, for that mental, for that physical, that holistic approach that it needs, the functional approach that it needs, getting to the root cause. There's reasons why you are the way you are in your health. There are so many reasons why. And I've just covered a couple of them in today's live stream. And so this is why I make these videos. You have to think about things differently when it comes to your health. We're so focused on the quick result, the instant gratification, the fucking American way. I want it now. Give it to me my way right now. That's what we're so focused on. It did not take you overnight to get to where you are. Your A1C, your blood pressure, your weight, it did not happen overnight. It is there over years because of time, because of behaviors, because of thoughts, because of actions, because of habits. It takes time to undo all that stuff. So if you're looking for a quick fix, a 2-week detox or whatever, you're not going to get that from me. You are not going to get that from me because I have never done that in my life. And I'm not about to tell somebody to do something that I'm not going to do. Well, I can't say I haven't done it in my life because in the past, when I was a fucking mess, I did do shit like that. But now, with how I am and where I've gotten to where I am, gotten off the meds and not have the high blood pressure, not be diabetic anymore, lost the weight, like I know now what a lifestyle is. And if you followed me over the years and years, you see it, you know it, I live it, my family lives it. So now I don't do that, and I would never do that, and I would never prescribe that to a client. I would never tell a client to do that, ever, ever, ever. So if that's what you're looking for, you're not gonna find it with me. I don't do shakes, diet pills, I don't do none of that stuff. That's not what you're gonna find from me. From me, you're gonna get real talk. You're gonna get real solutions, real things that can make a difference in your life, things that make you think, things that are gonna make you take action and do things in a different way than anybody's ever told you to do before. Ever, ever, ever. I can guarantee that. So it's not for those people that want something quick and easy and think it's just going to magically happen. It doesn't. It takes work. It took work to get to how you are, honey. Believe me, it took work. Oh, this is a good idea for another live stream I'm about to do. It took work to get to where you are. You put in a lot of work to get this unhealthy. Let me tell you, a lot of work to get this unhealthy. It's going to take a lot more work to undo it. Believe me. But it is possible. It's possible to defy the odds and break the cycle. It 100% is. I'm fucking proof of it. It is possible. There's so much proof out there. You don't even have to look for me to prove. Go look online. There is proof all around you. And sometimes that's just what we need, is just to see that proof that it is possible for us, because it is. But you have to be willing to accept it. Be open-minded, take direction, stay committed, stay disciplined. It's a lot. It takes a lot. And it's not for everybody. But I'm here to work with those people that are into that, because I'm into that. I wouldn't have got where I am in my life if I wasn't into that. So if that sounds like you and you'd like to learn more about my boutique telemedicine practice, then reach out to me, send me a message, start the conversation. I don't know if you're out there watching my videos, if you're not commenting, I don't know. So just send me a message. You don't have to make it all public. Just send me a message and we can start the conversation and see if you and I would be a good fit to work together, what type of program would be best for you, because I don't just create cookie cutter things. Everything I do is very boutique, it's very concierge. So it is tailored specifically for you, whatever your goals might be. That's what we put together for you. Okay. So again, just reach out to me directly if that sounds like you're something that you are interested in. All right. And I'm about to dip. I got things to do today. But like I always say, for a balanced life, just add spice. Leave your comments, questions, suggestions in the comments. Yeah, no, leave them below. All right, guys. I'll see you mañana with our next video. Bye, guys.